I'll get started. Basically, you just hit the nail on the head. The end of the year kind of snuck up on us. And, in 2015, that's when the majority of the members that were in at the time got their core training done, originally called mandated training. So a bunch of us in 2015, and those that have not renewed, and I'm guilty myself, we have to do it in the next 10 days, or we're all going to go REYR. So started this all off by sending out this report. And I'm going to go to that report right now just to explain it, because there has been some confusion on the report. I want to talk about what it is and what it isn't. Okay. What I sent out was the Excel spreadsheet version of this report. But you guys, everyone on this call should know how to get to reports. Of course, you go more, you go reports, and then you'll go to the, actually, I'm going to show you that because I put it in a folder that we can all see. All right. So you're going to go to more, you're going to go to reports. Okay. And then you're going to go to all folders. And then where I put it so that every regular member can see it is in auxiliary all access. And you go down to 11th Southern. And then I just put it in Division 1 just because it's first on the list and everyone can find it there. All right, so you click on that, and then I've already populated in each division a separate report called Division whatever, in this case 1, Cox and Crew PWO QE status. As you guys have all seen, it started with basically national and then the OTO requesting. They want to have a good count, a good idea of who's going to need QE rides in 2021. So this report gets us started, and it's broken down by division. What we can do, and what you guys can do, individual SOISs, is create this report, the AUXCT one, for each division. So you don't have to scroll through hundreds of names. You just have to scroll through the division, okay? But again, I put it in 11401. You click on the report, and you guys should know that when you want to save it, you're gonna click the down caret and then save as, and that's the way you would put it in a different folder. Okay. The way I did this, I'll show you by going to edit and show you what it is, and again what it isn't. All right, with filters. So the way I created this was I took a basic training status report and filtered it for just the AUXCT. That's all we're interested in with this report. It's people that are certified. So someone that was never certified because they never did it, or someone that's already gone REYR. There were some people that took courses in 2014 that went REYR at the end of 2019. They're not part of this report. I just wanted to highlight members that completed some AUXCT courses or all of them in 2015, and therefore they have an expiration date of 12/31/2020, and that's how I filtered it. Expiry date equals December 31st, 2020. So the confusion came out right away. Well, some people have renewed already, and I've got a bunch in the last week. Not a ton in the last 8-9 months. So the exact count of how many people need to get it done in the next 10 days is unknown, but it's substantial. And that's why we want to have this training right now, because it's really important that we pass on A, it needs to be done, and B, how to do it. Okay. So for saving one at a division level, what you would edit is the unit number filter here. You can see, I hope you can see, it says starts with 114. I'll click it, make it a little bigger. Starts with 114. You would simply add a 01 or a 05 or a 04, whatever division you want to save it as, and then you could apply it, and it'll automatically filter for just that division. Okay.
No dashes, just straight 114, whatever.
Correct. No dashes.
Okay.
Yep. And I would leave everything else the same, and you'll get a division level report of this. You can't, well, depending on the size of the report, you don't see a whole lot just on the report page itself, but you get a really useful report if you export it. And most of you have probably done this at least once or twice. And what I always use is export view formatted report, and then you save it as an Excel file, and then you can do a whole bunch more stuff with
Chris,
it. Okay?
Chris, quick question. Paige, you went ahead and clicked on the edit, why can't you just filter using the filter icon before going into edit? You can do it that way, can't you?
You absolutely can. Yes, I wanted to show you the basic structure of the whole thing, but you're right, Steve. You can do it with filters too. The one word of caution with the all access folders, if somebody goes in and uses this filter icon and changes it for, let's say, just their flotilla and saves it, then that report's changed. The reports in all access are not protected like the national reports are. But it's better than nothing. At least we can share reports, but highlight to people that the way we want to do it is to save as and then create the report in the folder you want. Either your private report for just you'll be the only one that can see it, or in one of the division folders that they've created for us in the all access folder. Okay.
So that feature only works with reports, right? Not activity logs or anything like that, right?
Correct. All the other lists that we went through on the two big sessions, those we can't share. We can go to that printable view, but we can't basically share the list. No, we just have to talk people into how to make one for themselves. Yeah.
And it's basically what filters you're using to filter in or out the info you want.
Yeah, that's the easy part. Where it gets more complicated, and trust me, I'm still learning this myself, is when you go to the outline. We're looking at the outline over here on the left right now, with group rows, group columns, and columns, and then there's all these fields that you can add. It depends on the type of report. This is a basic members with member competencies and member tasks. So it gets complicated pretty quick and over my head pretty quick. The best way I've found to use these reports is to plagiarize and find one that somebody else has done that's pretty close to what you want, and then just change the filters. It's a lot easier than trying to build it from scratch. So anyway, that's what we got. Again, just to emphasize that the big list in the spreadsheet, it's already been thinned. I've maybe made about 10 renewals since that went out originally. But it's gonna have a lot of people in there that have renewed, but we got to check. And how do we check? You guys know this, right? We're gonna go to home. Mike Brody, can I use you as an example?
Yeah, sure. I just wanted to add one more little twist to this. I sent the report out to each of my flotillas, but what you want to make sure you do when you send this to the flotillas is save it as a PDF, because not everybody has Microsoft Excel.
That's an excellent point. In fact, you might want to, if you can, send it both as a spreadsheet and as a PDF so that you kind of cover both bases there. But your PDF's the most common for sure. It just can't work with it as well. Like filter out just your flotilla, for example. Anyway, I'm going to go to related here. And this is what I want to show you guys. That the big list, the big report shows all the people, again, took their courses in 2015. So they have some that are expiring in 2020. If they've renewed it already, you're going to see it in member tasks. Okay. And you're going to want to go to view all. And hopefully you all got the handout I sent out about 45 minutes ago, but basically I highly recommend printing this out. I use it every day. I just keep a printout on my desk. It shows the 6 core courses that we need. Okay, and this is the current list. If you see one with influenza on it, it's an old one. But these are the 6 current courses, and you can use it as a checklist. That's what I do. And you scroll down and find out. Like in this case, Mike, he did the quadruple 01 in 2017. There is another one in 17. So what we're looking for is a missing one that was done in 15. And here it is, Civil Rights Awareness 502319, taken in March of 2015. I don't see a newer one in the system. So you would know to tell Mike, hey, this is the one that you need. It could be all 5, or it could be just one in this case. And Mike sent me a form. I have it here. I haven't made the entry yet. It just came in. but I'm going to make that entry for that. And he did 2 other courses too to update them. So you'll be good for another 5 years after that. But
Chris, that's self-attestation. That's an updated one from the old form.
yeah, the date is 12 January 19.
Okay.
The way you know, yeah, and I sent it to you all, you guys. Then the way you know it's the right one is because does not have influenza on it. Still get forums all the time where people are doing the influenza. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but they don't have to do it anymore. Okay, but this is key, guys. Member tasks. That is where you absolutely for sure find out if someone has their AUXCT that they need recorded in the system. And the foot stomper here is they may have done the course. It may not be in the system. And there's lots of ways that can fall through the crack, okay? One is people think when they take a course, whether it be AUXLMS or online classroom, they just assume, well, I took it, I passed it, it's in the system. It isn't. Most of the time, it isn't. Some AUXLMS classes do update eventually. It could take a week or 2. Most exams that you'll take when you get redirected to the National Test Center, to the NTC, most of those will eventually get in the system, but it doesn't always happen. We had about a 6-week period where it didn't happen at all. So what's the bottom line? The bottom line is if it's not in here, if it's not in AUXDATA, it essentially hasn't happened yet as far as the system is concerned, and it's not going to prevent someone from going REYR. So it's our job as IS officers to help members look at it and figure out, okay, well, first of all, did you do it? If you did it, which website did you use, and did you submit either the self-attestation? That works. We'll talk just about AUXCT today. This works no matter where you took it. If you say you took it and you signed it and it's got all the honor code and all that, that's good enough for IS. Okay, we'll make the entries for you. The 2 different classes, I'll start with the home page. And they have links here. And these 2 websites get confused a lot because they're both kind of classrooms. One is the auxiliary online classroom, which most people call the Moodle site. And then there's AUXLMS, okay? These links work, but I also sent you in the email earlier direct links to the class sites because I get calls all the time. Well, I can't get into AUXDATA II and I can't take the course. I went, well, you still can. Just go directly to either the online classroom, and this I'm already logged in. This is kind of the front page, or AUXLMS. And this is kind of the front page for AUXLMS. People get confused on how to log into these sites, even if they have the right URL or website address, okay? For the online classroom, this is the easy one because it's your member zone login and password. So it's your user ID is your member number, and your password is the same one you use for any of the district sites, division sites, AUX directory, AUX officer, etc. Most people have a member zone password and they remember it and they know how to do that. So this is easier for most people to get into. AUXLMS is more difficult because people don't realize that their user ID is their primary email address in AUXDATA. That's your user ID, and your password could be the same, but it could also be something completely different. So people get caught up on that. For a long time now, I've been kind of moving people away if they have a choice from AUXLMS to the classroom, the online classroom, because this is eventually going to be the one-stop shop where we all go. AUXLMS is sunsetting. However, they threw a curve in there for us. I'll go to the catalog auxiliary. It's going to make me log in again, I think. So I'll do that. They put the bloodborne course in here. You guys have all saw the all AUX that came out. Here's the all AUX, and the difference, is it available now and will it be available after December 28th? Well, the bloodborne pathogens course, which you all know we need if we want to go out on patrol, is available now. It's not going to be available in 8 days. And there, you cannot take that, at least not yet. It's not on the online classroom. So that's something to emphasize to people separate from AUXCT. The other courses are listed here, and they've already got rid of one. The civil rights awareness, which says in the all AUX is available now, yes, won't be after the 28th. is already not there. Okay, I'll show you that right now. We'll go to Catalog Auxiliary, and Catalog COVID is where you find the bloodborne, by the way. But we go here, Catalog Auxiliary Core Training, click on that. All right, and as you can see, civil right awareness is already gone. I've already got questions just this morning on, well, it's gone, how am I gonna take it? You can still take it via the online classroom. Where do you find these things? Once you're logged in, scroll all the way down to the bottom where you see training, and that's where they all are. A bunch of leadership courses. The intro to risk management is here, which people need, obviously, and here's the core training certification portal. Okay, this is important. This is where they'll find the attestation form if you don't send it to them directly or they don't have it. And this is where they can go through and they can do still all the courses here. I don't know exactly what's going to happen after the 28th, but right now you can still do them all, and we should be able to do them all going forward. Remember too, that if you go to a specific course, there's a video, there's also a PDF version. And in some cases, there's a PowerPoint version too. So there are different ways to skin the cat. You don't have to necessarily take the standard course. You can watch the video and self-attest, or you can do the PowerPoint and self-attest, or Flotilla could have an instructor use a PDF version and do a workshop for a course too. So there are multiple options. We're not going to be dead in the water after the 28th, but it could get a little more challenging, so to speak. That's all I had as far as presentations concerned. Just to highlight again, know what the report is and what it isn't. It's basically what the goal is to get everyone in there that took courses in 2015, make sure they have them all renewed, or boom. If the system works as it should, not only are people going to go REYR on January 1st for AUXCT, but all their other qualifications should go REYR too. So it could be a big deal for a lot of folks. Okay.
Hey,
And
Chris,
then go ahead.
I have a question. This is Lloyd.
All right.
Civil rights is just leaving that one website. It's going to be on the other one. Is it going to disappear after the 28th from that one?
Don't know, but I don't think so, because it's a video in the online classroom. I'll go to that. Civil rights training video. So it shouldn't involve Flash on a computer presentation. I think this will still be here. The PDF certainly will be. So we'll have ways to, we will have ways after the 28th to get this done.
If you liked our presentation, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below.